Hey guys, Brad here, back for another video, or a bit more of an introduction to editing content in Kademi. So in the last video we looked at basically just using Keditor to edit web pages. In this video we're going to go a little further. We're going to show you another way to use photos in your editor. Also how to really quickly jump into the editor from using Toolbar from the front end. We're going to look at versioning websites and using and publishing blog articles. So it's a lot for one video. Let's go. We're going to get to versions later, but let's just start with this one. So in the last video, we made this page, which I was very proud of. What I'm going to do is now is edit this. The way we're doing this layout is we've got a component here and we've got text. And this gives us two different columns, which is really handy. Sometimes that's what you want. But also, sometimes when you're doing particularly sort of a long form article, you actually want your images to be inline in your text so that the text flows around them. So I just want to show how to do that. That's an important, I'll do it the easy way. I'm just going to drag this down to single column component. I'm going to make that, put it in a box so it's not too wide. And now what I want is I want to have that llama, that photo, in here as part of this text so that my text will just wrap around it. So what I'm going to do is get rid of that container. This is mine. So this is my llama. My name is, I don't need that anymore. Okay, so I'm just going to insert, click this button here. Insert my llama. I'm going to make him left aligned and make him 300 by 300. Right, there we go. So now, if I'll show this, so how the text wraps around it, like that, see? So now, it looks like that. Great. Okay, so that's the first thing that I wanted to show. The next thing I want to show is how you actually get into the editor from the front end of your site. So here we are. Let's say you're clicking around in the website. You're having a great time, and you see a problem that you want to change. All right. So let's go and So the first thing is if you're logged in as an administrator, you get this little intriguing little cog at the top of your screen. So when you click on that, that gives you some options. Gives you links back to the admin, big edit button there, so you jump into the editor. And you can also let you edit the page and theme templates, which we'll we'll cover that later, along with the website styles and a debug session if you really want to get fancy. But for now, let's just click on edit. All right, and straight away that opens up your editor. So that just means if you don't have to sort of hunt for pages, especially if you're using folders and things like that, you can just open the editor straight from the front end. Great, so now the two things we still want to cover is versioning of websites and also blog articles. And okay, so this is telling me that currently the V2 version of my website is live. I've actually just been editing the version 1 version. So what I will show you is this is how to make a new version. You just hit the copy button. I'm going to call this V3. Now, it's not actually copying all the files. It effectively does, but it doesn't actually have to physically do that. So even if you've got a really large website, it only takes a couple of seconds to make a copy. So this is my V3. Now if I view this, you can see that this is the version that we saw just a moment ago, and I can edit that. And I don't know, what am I going to do? More text. More text. You know, maybe how about we put a YouTube video in or something like that. There, YouTube video. Something like that. Okay. Right. So I've now got this version 3, and you can see the URL up there. I have not changed the live version of my site. And we can see that if we go back to V2, and you can see that this is I published this one a moment ago, and so the system has made that read-only, so I don't accidentally edit the live version of the site. And if I click on that, you'll see that's the previous version. And there's my new version with the video. So now to publish my version 3, I'm just going to go and select it and then hit the big green publish button and then hit publish now. All right, so now that that is done, so the only thing that's different now is, right, so there we go. You can see on the live version of the site, it's now got the updated content. Now, this versioning system is really useful because it lets you update a lot of different pages. You can add images, links, and all sorts of things, and it all gets published together. But it can be really cumbersome for workflows like blogs, where you may want to be putting out a new page every day, and you don't want to have to go through that publishing process. You just want to be able to write a page and publish it. So that is supported by the blogging app. So here is my website again, and you see I have K-Blogs installed. If it's not installed, just hit it, go to the marketplace from here and install it. Once that's installed, you get this blogs menu item. You'll be prompted to create a new blog. So the blog is just a list of articles basically, which I've created. So here is an article that I've already created. As you can see, I've just filled in there's a title, there's the path name, so that becomes part of the URL. You can set up categories and tags and things. Give it a brief text, which is what shows on the blog article list page. You can edit the content normally, just as we've seen in the previous video, and then you publish. Now, this is actually published already, so what I'll do is I'll unpublish it. But what you do is once you are happy that the content is the way you want it to be, hit the green submit for approval button and then publish it. Now this allows to have different people as the content writers and then someone else actually reviewing and then publishing that work. But obviously you can just publish your own work if you have the privileges as well. Now having published that, right, so that is how to do blogs. All right, so I think that wraps it up for this video. We've just shown you a few more workflows, which is sort of really the basic elements of editing content in Kademi. Like and subscribe and everything. Thanks.